Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's the Kitty G, and I'm back again with another video. Bang, bang, bang. How's everybody doing today? We got a good show for you guys. I'm going to be talking about some stuff. I'm going to be talking about how Arsenal beat Brentford 4-0 with their kids in a friendly, a team that we couldn't beat first game of the season with our first team. And also, supposedly, apparently we played a back three in this friendly against Brentford. And also, we're going to discuss the fact that we also played Lacazette, all these other guys, Elneny. We have to talk about what's going on around Elneny because he could be headed out to Turkey. Yes, Elneny could be headed out to Turkey. I know it does sound ridiculous, but it seems like he might have found a landing spot over there in Turkey. Big up to my guys, Skills saying big up Iga, and Abdullah also saying big up Iga. My guys, can you mod me back again? I will do that in a second. Big up to my guys. But then you also have to talk about the fact that Granit Xhaka might have contracted COVID, and he will be in isolation from his teammates on international duty. We'll be talking about how Sead Kolasinac has also got injured. We'll also be talking about Cedric's performance and how he could be on a move to Turkey also, right? Odegaard played for Norway, and he had a terrible display, just bang average. But you know what? We're going to talk about the transfer window, some points, how much points we're going to get against Norwich, Burnley, and Spurs. We'll get into all of this right now and more. Don't forget to smash that like button, guys. EGTV, you already know what it is. Let's get this video to at least 100 likes on today's video. Anybody who's watching right now, smash that like button. It takes 2 seconds. And I got my guy Gunnar Express waiting in the wing. But yeah, let's get the show for a quick update on Arsenal. Bang. Yo, Gunnar Express, what's going on? How's everybody doing today?
Yeah, I'm good, bro.
I'm good. So yeah, bro, we got a lot to talk about. First things first, let's talk about that game against Brentford. I'm not sure if you guys heard, Anthony's here also. Anthony, what's good, Anthony?
Not very much, man. Just finished work and that, so yeah.
Nice. We got the boys here. So yeah, today what we're going to be talking about, guys, is the fact that we played a game. If you guys aren't aware, we played a game. It was a behind closed door friendly. We won 4-0. The goal scorers were Cedric scored 2 goals. I think Lacazette scored. Let me just double check again who the goal scorers were. So you had Lacazette who scored a goal, right? You had Cedric who scored 2 goals, and I'm trying to see who the other one was.
Gabriel.
It was Gabriel. So Gabriel scored the opening goal in the 46th minute. 60th minute, you had Lacazette score a goal. Cedric scored in the 76th minute and the 89th minute. We played a back three with White, Mari, and Gabriel. Right? We played Cedric. And Chambers in the team. What's going on? This is a weird lineup. So Cedric was left back. Chambers was right back. You had Elneny and Ainsley Maitland-Niles in the midfield, and the front three of Martinelli, Lacazette, and Pepe. Right? We blitzed them, and after 46 minutes, we had the opening goal. We kept a clean sheet, and it was a preseason. It was a international break friendly. But we do have some images from that friendly if you want to see it. I know, guys, we're going to make fun of the team being able to beat Brentford when it comes to a preseason game, but we can't, or friendlies, but we can't beat them when it really matters. That's the sad part. So as you guys can see, we had Ramsdale playing in goal, right? We had Omar Hutchinson playing in the game. We had some of the kids. I forget who this guy is. What's his name again?
Patino.
Yeah, I don't know who this guy is. I'm tripping right now. So yeah, he's a young guy, as you can see. Patino. Okay. How old is he?
17.
Wow. Yeah, he's all over the pictures. And then you can see here Martinelli trying to go around the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper just gets to the ball, right? Patino does his thing. You see Chambers defending. After Cedric scored, you can see they're celebrating Cedric's goal. Pepe, I'm surprised Pepe hasn't gone in the goal sheet. But we're going to have to talk about Lacazette, guys, because Lacazette apparently has a contract situation at Arsenal where he might accept, he might reject a new contract from the club. But yeah, that's enough about that game. Let me just break down the final things. So it was a behind closed doors friendly. We found out about it. We found out about it just a couple. We found out about it just a couple hours ago that it happened. So this was the match report. The match report said that Ben White and Gabriel played in a back three. Very interesting, guys. I need to know your thoughts on that. That they played in a back three. Cedric stole the show by scoring a brace. That is interesting. Is that going to change Arteta's mind of Cedric now? Lacazette also scored. Ainsley Maitland-Niles played in the midfield and filled just outside the box. What was okay? Interesting. But he was playing like a box-to-box midfielder, partnership with Elneny, who is a sitting midfielder, and the front three of Pepe, Gabriel, and Lacazette seem to have worked in this game. But of course, it was under a heavily undermanned Brentford team. I'm not sure how many internationals they have, but I know that this was not Brentford's best team that they could have put out. And obviously, this was not our best team, but we showed up and we did well against this team. It's nothing to write home about, but it shows you that these guys can beat these teams if and when they try. But would this happen in the Premier League? If we put out the same team in the Premier League, we probably lose. Let's be real, right? But yeah, let's talk about this game quickly. Brentford versus Arsenal, friendly behind closed doors. Guys, can we take anything away from this? Can we draw any conclusions from this?
No.
No?
No.
Okay, why?
I mean, we beat West Brom's under 18 6-0. Nothing changed. You know, we got even worse after that game. This game, it's the same thing, bro. Like I've seen the pictures of the Brentford players. I don't know any of their players on that pitch. I can't even think of any of them. I think a lot of them are youngsters. It's the same thing, bro. And one thing that I can draw away from it actually is that this squad is a bunch of wankers, man. How can you lose 2-0 to Brentford in the opening day, play them in a pre-season or whatever it is, behind closed doors friendly, and beat them 4-0? They're all wankers, man. Like, I'm sorry. These players, this manager, they don't care about this club. They don't care for winning. All they care about is just having a little run around, and that's what happened, bro. Like, there's nothing I can take away. Like, I'm sorry, I literally do not care about this game at all. It means nothing to me. I see people now trying to claim that Ramsdale's the GOAT because he got a clean sheet against Brentford's under 18s. Cool. I don't care. We haven't seen the game. We don't know who played well. We don't know how well Brentford played. It's just irrelevant, man. And you can just tell Arsenal are so desperate to push this out for positive PR because the amount of tweets they've already made about it, it's just sickening, bro. Like, it's a behind closed doors friendly game against Brentford, who we should have beat in the Premier League and we didn't. It makes it that little bit more embarrassing, really, that we then go and beat them in a behind closed door friendly. It makes it more embarrassing. So, bro, look, Arsenal can go fuck themselves. Honestly, all the players can. They're just, none of them care, as I said. And bro, I'm going to watch the women's team this year, bro, because the women's team are actually making good movements, unlike the men's team. So,
what about this comment though? Ramsdale in, Leno out. Anthony, what are you saying?
Like Gunnar Express was saying, like, this game's irrelevant. You know, we should have beat Brentford. We didn't. We then beat a West Brom side who God knows who was in it. And it's basically a case that, you know, nothing's changed. You know, regardless of this game here. Oh, why? Because you beat a team, you know, what are you expecting? Hey, pat in the back. Yeah, guys, you did great. Fuck all that bullshit. Doesn't make no difference to me. I don't care regards to who's in, who's out, or if they're putting in work, you know, to rectify. It's still not going to make a difference. When we come back from the international break and we get Norwich, we're still going to get slapped up. So what's the point? You know what I'm saying? This game's irrelevant to me. It's just like, why? Because you had a behind the doors friendly against a team that we should have beaten at the start of the Premier League. What, you think that's still okay? The damage has already been done. We're sitting 20th in the Premier League, -9 points goal difference, and it is what it is. And then now we're hearing reports now that we're interested in signing Aria from Spurs, who's now a free agent. Like, really? Is this what it's come to in regards to this club? Like, it's pathetic, man. You know, it's really pathetic. And to top it off, Vinay came out the other day regarding unity, and I put out a tweet in regards to unity. He wants unity regarding the fan base. Unity. Where was the unity in regards to this bloody team? There are no unity. Every individual doing what they're doing. Still the usual suspects letting this team down. Come on, man. It's embarrassing. A stature of Arsenal club is fucking embarrassing how, you know, we've become this year. Everyone's taking the piss. There's bare memes out now. I can't even go anywhere and wear like a face mask without people telling me, oh, have you been getting a lot of abuse this week? Like, come on now.
Why? Is your face mask a Xhaka face mask?
No, it's got the Arsenal badge in it. I went shopping the other day, and one lady who's a staff there said, oh, have you been getting a load of stick this week? And I was like, no, it's just, you know, I feel sorry for your team. It's just like, okay, that's nice to know. It's the whole thing is embarrassing.
You got people trolling you.
Yeah, it's embarrassing. Like, this team has just become a absolute joke. Who cares if they did a behind the closed doors games? What, to give the guys the minutes to make them feel good about themselves? They should have bloody feel good about themselves when they played Brentford. The performance that they played there was an absolute farce. And now you want to play behind closed doors and think that, yeah, it's going to be all right. You know, that makes up for the pitiful performance.
Okay, let's take something away from the game though. Obviously, it's not the highest quality. Obviously, we know that. It's not going to mean anything in the sense of our form for the season. But what we can take away from the game is that we played with a back three. Does that mean anything to you guys? Does that mean this is the way we're going to go going forward? Or do you think this was just him practicing to see lineups, how they would work? Because he had Cedric playing as left back. He had Chambers playing right back. He had a back three with Mari, Gabriel, and Ben White. Do you see that being the way to play going forward? Or do you think since we've now gotten Takehiro Tomiyasu in, we're going to still be playing with a back four? What do you think?
I'm going to answer you. I'm going to give you that question. You saw how he played against Man United, Man City. What do you think?
I think we're going to try to. I don't think we're going to go with a back three against Norwich. Let's be real. But maybe against Spurs, we resort back to a back three. I think we're going to be rotating between back three and back four. What do you think, Gunnar Express?
Well, I think we should be in a back three. I've been saying that from the minute that we signed Ben White. Ben White's not a back four defender. It's quite obvious. People can try and tell me that he is, but I mean, he isn't, because we've seen what he did against Brentford. That says all I need to know about Ben White in a back four. So he should be in a back three. Again, my back three in terms of centre back pairing, if I had to pick the back three, would probably be Saliba, Gabriel, and Tomiyasu. Obviously, Saliba's not here right now, though, so you're going to have to put Ben White in there. But when Saliba gets back, I expect him to be in that team. But yeah, that's the formation that we should be playing. We have the players to play it. You know, Maitland-Niles is probably the best right back we have, and what I mean by that is him at right wing back is better than anyone else in any sort of right defensive position. So him at right wing back. Well, I mean, he played centre midfielder today. So even if he does go back to a back three, I can't have Maitland-Niles in midfield, man. That guy's a woeful midfielder. But again, this is what I don't get right. So Arteta's complaining and saying he's going to drop him because he wants to play midfield, and he's making a massive fuss about it.
I think you're right.
And then he plays in midfield, bro. Like, I'm sorry, this manager's a fucking idiot, bro. Like, he's so stupid. He's such a he just contradicts himself every single week. He's a massive hypocrite. And bro, I'm done with him. Like, I don't care what formation he plays. You know what? I hope we lose to Norwich to get him sacked, bro, because otherwise this season's going to be shit, man. Like, this season's already dead, bro. And these players we're signing, they're not going to thrive under this manager. They're not. Like Tomiyasu, great potential, great young-looking lad. He's going to flop under this manager, bro. The fact that Kieran Tierney is regressing week in, week out shows you that says everything I need to know about this manager, man. When one of our best players is getting worse and worse and worse every single week, that's because his manager ain't good enough. That's it. So, yeah, man, I'm done with this manager, bro. Like, just get him out, man.
Okay, let me just get to some of the comments. Imagine losing to Norwich without scoring. It would be a free fall from there onwards. True. It definitely would be. I think the whole point of being behind closed doors is to try to get an improvement of morale. I get that. I completely get that. Big up TBG, my guy. How can someone judge Ben White off one game? Come on, majority of his career he's played in a back four. What?
Yeah, not true. Okay.
I don't think he's played in a back four majority of his career, but his best season to date was in a back four. Okay, and then our RDF tactics. If you want to come on, you have the link. It's in the group chat. Just jump in. You're in the Twitter group chat, so just jump right in. We got my guy Qasim saying, "Yo, Egal mod me." Yo, listen, guys. I appreciate everyone wanted to be modded, but I had to take some people off mods because I've been realizing that there's a lot of people who are just blocking people or removing them from the chat just because they have other beef with them in other chats. So let's just keep it as it is for now. If and when I need to make a change, I'll make a change. Just bear with me right now, right? You accepted BS mediocrity. I don't. Who are you talking about? Oh, you're talking about skills. These guys are beefing. Why are you guys beefing in the chat, man? Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Let's not beef in the chat. But okay. So we know what happened in this preseason game. But one thing we do know is Elneny played. You had Cedric play, and you had what you call Ainsley Maitland-Niles play. You had Gabriel play and Ben White. Some of these players were either injured or they're having moves. I'm very concerned about one thing though. Are we going to continue to play Ainsley Maitland-Niles in the midfield? Lacazette has supposedly rejected a new deal. This is not 100% accurate because it's not been reported by everybody yet. But this is when when you get the early reports of a new deal being offered and that the player has not yet accepted the deal. That's what we're hearing about Lacazette. So I'm hearing Alexander Lacazette new deal from Arsenal is supposed to be coming down in the coming days, and that he might have rejected a new deal. I don't know if you guys.
He's going to run down his contract anyway, so there's no point in terms of they offering him a new deal. He's not. They already offered him a deal. He's not taking it. He's running down his contract. A contradictory of Vinay saying that. I remember him saying on Arsenal TV that if any players are in the last 2 years of their contract, they either get sold or we get rid of them. Vinay, and Lacazette is still here. He's running down his contract. There's no two ways about it. I'm surprised about Elneny playing because apparently Elneny is another one who's supposed to be off. So I don't know why he's playing if he's going to be moving. Again, that's another one that's come out today that a Turkish club have opened talks. I think it's Besiktas. They've opened talks with Arsenal in regards to Mohamed Elneny. Their window doesn't close until the 8th of September. So I don't know why he's playing anyway. So it makes no difference, if they both go or not, to be quite honest.
Okay, so for the running order of topics that we're going to be discussing, just to let you guys know, we're going to be talking right now about Lacazette's new deal. Then we're going to be talking about Hector Bellerin, Ainsley Maitland-Niles, and everything. So first, let's just keep it on Lacazette's new deal. So it looks like he might have rejected the new deal. Do you think this is fake news, real news, or do you think this is just old news that they're refurbishing?
Old news, man. It's there's nothing new about it. We all knew that there was a deal that was already offered to him. He refused it. He wants to run down his deal. And it's old news resurfacing. Obviously, transfer windows closed in England. So all these journalists want to do is try to bring up old dirt so that they can get the clicks, their retweets, their likes, blah, 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 make up stories, etc., etc. Just nonsense from all these top journalists, to be quite honest. They got nothing better to do with their time. It's like you make up a story or you run a story that was already previously done. It is what it is. Simple.
Okay, you got here, Egal, my brother. I hope you're well. Honestly, I haven't seen a good performance from Ainsley Maitland-Niles. When did he play in the mid? He played against Manchester United in the midfield a couple of years ago, away, and he had a good performance. And I think he was man of the match. Was it in a draw? I think was it a draw, guys, or did we lose that game? Was it the game that Fellaini got a header and we lost, or was it the game that we got a draw? I can't remember, but one of the other, and he had a good game that game. That was the last time I remember seeing him in the midfield having a good game. Gunner Express, I'm going to throw this to you. Lacazette, do you want him to sign a new deal if you did offer him one?
No, he's not good enough, bro.
Okay, so it seems like unanimous decision. Nobody wants Lacazette any longer at this club, and he personally himself does not want to stay. Now, Hector Bellerin leaving after a long time period. Hector Bellerin has left the club. He's now going to Real Betis. And a lot of people had their farewells and goodbyes. I'm just going to say this quickly, guys. Hector Bellerin will not be missed when it comes to his character. He might be missed in the dressing room as a character, but as a performer on the pitch, his performances were not up to scratch. And in his later years at Arsenal, he was becoming more of a liability and less of an actual help to the team. So that was one of the main reasons why Hector Bellerin had to go. And I don't think he's going to be missed that much. Are you guys going to miss Hector Bellerin?
I mean, he's not gone, so no. Like, he's on loan with no obligation to buy, so he's still an Arsenal player, bro. So he ain't going nowhere.
So you're taking it from that perspective,
bro. It's the same. It's the same thing as Kolasinac. He was on loan, the exact same type of thing. Kolasinac was on loan last season with no obligation to buy. He comes back and he's now back. He's now getting back in the team. So I expect the exact same thing with Bellerin if Arteta's still here, which he probably won't be. So Bellerin probably will be gone. But yeah, like he's not gone at all. I'm not happy with this at all. No way. Like, it makes no difference that he's still not here. We're still paying him his wages. He's still an Arsenal player. We still have to deal with him next season. The only thing is he's not in the dressing room, which, let's be honest, is not really going to make a difference because these players' mentalities are bad anyway. So yeah, we should have sold him, man, or just release him or something, bro. But Arteta has a fetish for this guy, so.
Yo, Anthony, do you want to say anything on this, or you want to just keep it moving?
Keep it moving.
Okay. Next topic. Granit Xhaka has gotten COVID, a COVID setback while on international duty, and Sead Kolasinac has gotten injured, so he will not be transferred this window. This is two setbacks because one, the player in Granit Xhaka has a 3-game ban, so he will not have been playing anyways. But it looks like he will be quarantining for about 2 weeks. His international duty might be over. And we found out that Granit Xhaka is also an anti-vaccine player. He does not believe in the vaccine. He has not taken the vaccine himself yet. So he's one of those guys who are anti-vaccine. Now, what does this make for you guys? What do you think about this whole situation? Kolasinac getting injured is a bigger deal, in my opinion. We already knew Granit Xhaka was out for 3 games after the Man City game. So let's talk more about the Sead Kolasinac situation. People in the chat, let me know your thoughts. Some people saying trust the process, they're trolling. People are saying banter FC. I see you guys trolling, but come on, add some context to the actual conversation. Do you think we would have even gotten Sead Kolasinac off the books if he wasn't injured? Probably not Gunner Express, but Anthony, do you think we would have got him off the books?
No, Kolasinac, don't get it twisted. Just because apparently I watched a podcast today, the injury is not as bad as it first thought, so he can still leave. It doesn't matter regardless of injury. Don't forget, we've signed players who have injured, like Kim Kallstrom with his back, so that's not hampering him from stopping the move happening. He will go. It's that simple. Don't get it twisted for a minute. That injury that Kunde gave him, it wasn't that bad as what people first made it out to be. So more than likely he will leave before the end of whatever window's out there. Simple as that.
Gunner Express, same thoughts?
No, he's not going anywhere. He's staying at Arsenal. And no one's buying him, bro. He's shit. He's injured. As I said, we buy injured players because we're stupid. Like, we should know this by now. No other club buys injured players like that, and especially Fenerbahce, who need him to start. They're not going to buy him. Like, they're just not. They'll be interested in other people. Same thing with Elneny. Besiktas now want Pjanic, so I doubt that Elneny's going to leave. They're not going anywhere, man. I mean, obviously, I know that the Turkish windows.
One club that wants Elneny. It's not just Besiktas.
No, but you got to look at the reports, bro. The Turkish window's open for another week, and they've said that literally no one's contacted Elneny. And the same thing with Kolasinac. We want too much money for Kolasinac. Arsenal are fanning around with it, bro.
There is a Turkish club that have contacted us in regards to Cedric's services, though.
Cedric needs to go, but this is what I don't get. Like, he don't want to go.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Yo,
like,
what is Kolasinac injury? Isn't it like an ankle sprain or something like that?
yeah, regardless of the fact, whatever it is, it's not that serious. Don't get it twisted for a minute. It's not a big a deal regards to his injury. You know, we can't have three left backs going into, finishing off the season. You know, we've got Tavares, we've got Tierney. We don't need Thomas the Tank Engine. You know, we don't need him.
Why are you calling him Thomas the Tank Engine?
Because he is. All he was ever good for is defending Mesut Ozil. Other than that, he was shit, let's be honest. You know, I saw him in a pre-season game, and man was vomiting up in a pre-season game. Why? Because he's too big. Like, we don't need him. We've got Tavares, we've got Tierney. We don't need any others. Like, sooner we can get rid of him or ship him out or terminate his contract, the better it will be for this club. Like, I don't know why they're hanging on to these players.
So Elneny's not leaving. We already answered that. We already spoke about Ainsley Maitland-Niles staying. We already spoke about Ben White and Gabriel, but let's just touch on it again. Ainsley Maitland-Niles staying. Is this a concern for you guys? We might play him in the midfield now that he's staying. Because I'm worried that he's now going to be a midfield option, let alone guarantee might get starts now. If Pate's out for international and Xhaka's playing like shit, would you go with Lokonga and Ainsley Maitland-Niles, or would you go with Lokonga and Xhaka if Pate's out?
I'll go with Lokonga and Xhaka. Ainsley Maitland-Niles, like I said, the only time I've seen him play was against Man United. I think we did lose that game, and Flamini scored with that big head of his. Didn't impress me. Obviously, now that we've got Tommy coming in, he can play as a centre back. So if we do a back three, I can see Arteta use him as a right wing back. You know, regardless of the fact of what crap he came out with the other day, which, yeah, let's not get into that.
This guy said, "Yo, isn't Ainsley Maitland-Niles a midfielder? Is he not a midfielder?" Question mark.
He's a midfielder. He started out as a midfielder, but he's a jack of all trades. Like most of our players that we got, they're jack of all trades. They can play in other positions.
Marvel says, "Give me Ainsley Maitland-Niles over Xhaka. Xhaka is crap."
So is
Each their own
Maitland-Niles.
opinion, innit?
Maitland-Niles is crap as well.
Okay, so basically, it's who's worse out of the two.
They're both just as bad as each other.
Okay, both just as bad as each other. Guys, I'm not gonna lie. There's not too much. Let's not spend too much time on this. We already know what's going on with a lot of these guys. Let's get it moving now to the fixtures. We got Norwich, Burnley, and Spurs coming up. How many points are we getting out of these three games? And let's each of you guys break it down one by one. So I personally think we're gonna beat Norwich, just straight up beat Norwich. We're at home, 3 points in the bag. Promoted team should beat them straightforward. Burnley away might be difficult, but I hope that we can nick a win against Burnley. So I'm giving us 6 points from the first two coming back. And then the Spurs home game, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not feeling confident against Spurs at home. I'm going to give us a draw. So I'm giving us 7 points out of the next 3 games. Now I'm going to go to you, Gunner Express. How many points are you giving us? And people in the comment section, tell me how many points are you giving us out of the next 3 games. Go ahead, Gunner Express.
Well, anything less than 9 is not good enough. That's it. Anything less than 9 is not good enough. But in terms of what I think we'll get, the way we're playing right now, we'll probably lose or draw to Norwich because they've got, again, people are going to look at how they've played and say, but they've been smashed, whatever. They've played 3 of the best teams in the Premier League, Leicester, Liverpool, Man City. They played a Carabao Cup game and they were absolutely brilliant. They won 6-0 as well, I think, or 5-0. And the way they're attacking football right now is much better than ours. And our defence has been shocking. So they'll probably score a little 1-0, 2-1, or we'll draw that game. So I'm going to say 1 point out of Norwich. Burnley, I see that being a boring 0-0 draw. One of the most boring games probably you'll ever see as an Arsenal fan. So that'll be 2 points. And then we're not beating Spurs the way we're playing right now. Not with, bro. Kane, Emerson Royale, Son, Romero, they've just bought, they're going to, even Bergwijn's looking pretty good under Nuno right now, so they're going to slap us. So 2 points out of the possible 9, but anything less than 9 is not good enough. That's it.
2 points. Oh, man. Anthony, you can give me more than 2 points, no?
No, 2 points. Though, like, what makes you think that coming back from this international break is not going to be the same thing? If this manager can't even motivate himself, how the hell is he going to motivate these players? They don't want to play for him. You know what I'm saying? For crying out loud, we couldn't even beat Brentford.
Okay, how about this? Let me just change the question. What can you expect if this was a normal Arsenal? 9 points?
As I said, 9 points. It has to be 9 points.
Yeah,
we should be,
anything less than
easily beating these three teams. Easily.
So anything less than 6 points is a failure.
No, anything less than 9 points is a failure.
We should be beating these teams, but
we should be we should be beating Spurs. Like they're a rival. We should always be beating Spurs. Like I don't care how good or bad we are, we should always be beating Spurs. That's a game that we should always win. So anything less than 9 points, as I said, is not good enough. It really isn't.
Exactly.
Because is it the Spurs games at the Emirates, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah, they're a definite win then. 100% win. Has to win that game.
Why are they winning 100%?
Because at the Emirates, bro, it's different. It's different. I can accept a draw sometimes at the Spurs ground, but at the Emirates, you have to win at the Emirates, man. When you've got the home fans there, 60,000 Arsenal fans, you have to win that game. It's the Northumberland derby, man.
But the thing is, you have to look at it this way, that in terms of the top 6 teams, yeah, we may have a good record under this so-called manager, but when it comes to the lesser teams like Norwich, Burnley, etc., we always struggle. We don't put these teams away. So, you know, hopefully Norwich, but like I said, the way that we've been playing at the present moment, teams will be kind to the Emirates and fancy picking up 3 points against us. So it really depends the mindset of these players, you know. Like I said, if the manager, whatever formation he plays, you know, he's got to repent on. He's got to get Jesus or something, a miracle, boy, because I can't see at the present moment, the way that we're playing, that we're going to pick up any points from the next 3 games. I can't see it.
Okay. Honestly, guys, this is getting me down. Like I thought the last game was shit. You guys are making it seem like there's gonna be worse coming ahead. But hey, that's your opinions, guys. A lot of people here are saying they expect us to at least get 6 points, 6-0 versus Norwich, or I'd sack him. Wow. I'll tell you right now, we're not getting 6-0 versus Norwich. They gave Leicester a game. We're not getting 6-0 versus Norwich. But yeah, let's talk about Takehiro Tomiyasu, guys. Takehiro Tomiyasu. So the reports are saying that Takehiro Tomiyasu is a great all-around defender, and that his performances versus Juventus last year were being highlighted by some fans and how he performed versus Cristiano Ronaldo, and how he at times was bullying defenders on that right flank, using his physicality to get in front of them. At times, people would talk about him not being as fast as other defenders, but his physicality would allow him to get out of situations that other shorter, smaller build defenders would not be able to get out of. And his physicality and his height would bring a certain element to our back line, which we currently don't have. He would be a right back who can defend, who can win aerial duels, and at set pieces, he would also help us defending and maybe even attacking. So does Takehiro Tomiyasu bring a different element to our defense that we don't have? And is he overall a solution, or do you think he's going to be more of the same, another underwhelming signing? I'm not willing to write him off yet, but I want to know from you guys, what do you think of Takehiro Tomiyasu? Gunnar Express, you go first. Takehiro Tomiyasu, what do you think? I got people already writing bad signing. Why? Have you watched him play?
Look, first off, disclaimer, no one's watched him play. Yeah, no one has. And no Arsenal fan can tell me and sit here right now and tell me that they've watched enough of him to have a good enough, like way of saying if he's good enough or not. No one, I'm sorry, there just isn't. Yeah, so let's just clear that up right now. When you look at his stats, which is all we can really look at, as we haven't watched him play enough, his crossing is atrocious, right? That's one thing.
That's true.
I'm going to get for the negatives first, and I'll get to the positives. Crossing is bad. His chance creation isn't great. He only created 8 chances last season in 31 games, whereas Max Aaron's created 62 in the Championship. It is the Championship, though, so, take it out with a pinch of salt. As well, I think that his we'll go to the positives. His aerial ability is really good. His ground duel success rate is pretty decent. I think it's about 50%. which isn't that bad. And as you said, he's 6'2". His passing's quite good as well, I'm not going to lie. So I'm not upset with the player at centre-back. I've said this. At centre-back, I'm happy with it. £23 million or whatever it is, 17 million for a really good young centre-back. I'm cool with that, bro. I'm fine with that. So this is why I want to play free at the back, because he just fits that system more. At right back, though, I'm not too happy. I think probably you could get more out of Maitland-Niles at a right wing back, as I said. So again, free at the back makes more sense right now. One thing I will say, though, it kind of seems like a lot of people are justifying this signing by saying that he can cover Ben White aerially. Why did we buy Ben White for £50 million to then go spend 20 million on a player who has to then help him out? Like, that's, again, very poor business in that sense. So it just proves that Ben White, again, isn't good enough and isn't what we need. But we're talking about Tomiyasu, bro. And as I said, he's 22. I think he's got good potential. I think it is a big step up, though. That's one thing we have to realise. You know, Bologna to Arsenal and the state Arsenal are in right now, it's a massive step up. And he's not going to have a lot of time to prove people wrong, because right now Arsenal fans in a whole, we're very reactionary in a sense that we're not, you know, we're not waiting, we're not patient anymore, and we shouldn't be patient because we're Arsenal Football Club. You know, I don't like this Project Youth rebuild nonsense that everyone keeps shoving down my throat. Like, I want us to win now. Like, why? I want us to win now, not in 4 years' time.
Can I just stop you for a second? Let me, just before I go to Anthony, Takehiro Tomiyasu is 22 years old, Japanese international who came from Bologna, who plays both center back and right back. Now, a lot of people talk about the fact that he's more of a center back than a right back. That is true. He has played 96 games in his career at center back, only 42 at right back. Okay, as you can see there with the average position map. When it comes to his characteristics, going to express once again, you are right. His crossing is a weak part of his game. His aerial duels, dribbling, concentration, what do you call it? Intercepting and blocking of shots is his strengths in his game, right? Then you go down, you look at the heat map, you can see that he plays in many different positions across the pitch. He doesn't only play on the right-hand side, so he is all over the place. But when it comes to his statistics, in comparison to Callum Chambers, Holding, and Cedric, he is a much better player. We are getting a better player than what we currently have. That might not be enough for some people. I get that. You want the best. You don't just want what's better than what you currently have, but he is an improvement. That's at the slightest, he is an improvement on what we have currently, right? And in conclusion, this is what I had to say when the transfer went through. I think it's a good signing. I generally do. I think when you look at it, he's a solid replacement for Hector Bellerin. And you know what? He won't make as much mistakes as Hector Bellerin with his concentration and everything else. So that's an improvement. He's taller. He's a right back and a center back, so he allows some versatility. And he's a very good, strong defender, and he's good on the ball. So this is an improvement to what we currently have. I'm not overwhelmingly going to say this is a bad signing. I'm not going to write him off yet, but we still have to wait and see. And now, Anthony, what's your take on this whole situation with Takehiro Tomiyasu?
I don't know much about him, so I'm not going to judge and speculate. Like, I saw a load of people who, when this signing came in, as soon as the signing came in, it was just like, if it wasn't abuse, it was everyone's pardon my language, everyone's a fucking expert. Like, they've watched the Italian league, like they've watched the brother play. You know, passing judgment on him, left, right, and center. Like, everyone knows who he is. Yes, there was links to him in the past when Spurs were linked to him, but like I said, I can't pass any judgment because I haven't seen him play. So it is what it is.
Okay, keeping it moving from Takehiro Tomiyasu. I'm gonna do it tomorrow. I'm gonna do the transfer rating show. I'm not gonna do it today. So let's just scratch that off the docket, right? We're not gonna do that today. But let's talk about some of these other things, guys. Be honest. We've started off the season terribly, right? Nothing really helping our form right now. But is it ideal to start sacking people now before it gets worse, or is it better to keep what we have going at the club right now? Genuine question.
Sack him now. Get him gone now.
Because remember, we heard Arteta has 5 games to save his job. He already lost one of those games, so he technically has 4 games left.
No, he's lost 3 games, so technically he's only got 2 games left. Like, forget the narrative in regards to the next games after the international break. He's already lost the first 3. What we're going to do, extend it again for another game. So he's got 2 more games. And if he doesn't improve, forget the Spurs game. If he doesn't win the next 2 games, ship him out before it gets worse. Simple as that. No 2 ways about it. Why are we giving him 6 games? Why have we giving him 6 games? Spurs will make it the 6th game. The 5th game is Burnley away. If he doesn't perform, get rid of him. I'm sorry. None of this nice and none of this sentimental crap towards him. If you don't win the next 2 games, he, Edu, Vinay, go.
So do you think this whole thing about giving him the new season was a mistake? We should have sacked him in the summer.
Absolutely.
Look, we should have sacked him after the bloody Villarreal game. That's what we should have done. But we shouldn't have employed him at all. But he took on this project in regards to this rebuild. We did this with Arsene Wenger when we had the core, the British core. And how did that turn out? And again, we're repeating history. Again, we're repeating history. Like, I give up. I ain't beating up my
Arteta will last the season, somebody said. If that happens, how would you feel?
Look, the only way that this man will last.
Well, if Arteta lasts the season, bro, then I'm worried that we'll get relegated, fam. As I said already, like this manager is the one manager that will get us relegated. He's shit. He's so shit, and he can't accept defeat. Like every single loss, he has an excuse. It's Xhaka getting a red card that he said he shouldn't have got when it was a blatant red card. It's but we don't have Ben White, we don't have Gabriel. Like, bro, Liverpool didn't have Van Dijk for over 6-7 months. They still finished 3rd. It's not an excuse. There's no excuses for this manager. Like he's had 2 years, £250 million. He gets results now, or you sack him, and he ain't getting results, bro. So, as I said, if it was up to me, he wouldn't have got the job in the first place. But he'd have been long gone by now, and we'd have got Conte in. Because let's put it like this, ago. We can all agree, right, that we want to play 3 at the back, or that 3 at the back's the system that makes the most sense for us to play with the players we have. Conte plays a 3 at the back system. That's his favourite system. So why would we not go and get Conte? It just doesn't. It makes no sense to me, man. I don't know what they have. I don't know where their faith in Arteta is. I don't know how they've got this faith. But I need whatever they're smoking, bro. Because these conkeys, they're bro. I'm just baffled, man. I'm baffled, bro.
Okay. And just before we go, let's play our favorite game. Fake news, real news. Everyone in the chat, play along. Tell me what you think. Didier Drogba tweeted out, Willian, Petacek, and David Luiz were Chelsea agents. Your job missions are over. Do you think that's a joke, or do you think he's actually there's some truth behind that these guys are super agents?
Yeah, I saw it on his Instagram page. Wouldn't surprise me the way that they've been playing. Wouldn't surprise me at all.
Okay. Next, when it comes to Odegaard's performance versus Norwich, it was terrible. 5 out of 10. I just had to mention that. It has nothing to do with fake news, real news. Tariq Lamptey was Arsenal's first choice at right back, but their height worries was an issue, plus the fact that he was injured a lot and injured recently. And Max Aarons was never actually even on Arsenal's radar. What do you think about that? Fake news or real news?
Real news,
Express.
Bro, look, Tariq Lamptey was, and I think I probably mentioned him once or twice at the very beginning of the window. But when you look, when he got the injury, I instantly got turned off. I mean, look, with Ben White now here, unfortunately, we do need a very tall right back because Ben White can't head a ball, which is just, again, it shows the incompetency of that deal. But Lamptey and Aarons both don't have the height, so we needed someone tall, which is why we probably went and got Tomiyasu. But take away the Ben White deal for 1 second. The fact that Max Aarons, look, the Lamptey thing I'm cool with. Like, I'm glad we didn't buy him because he's not even a right back anyway. He's a right wing back. So him playing right back defensively is an issue, much like Hakimi. As well, injuries are a big issue. And right now, I don't even think he's back from injury yet. So I'm not bothered about the Lamptey deal. But the Aarons one, if that is true that he was never on the radar, it's the same thing with Basuma. Two very obvious players who the fan base was calling out for time.
I'm going to talk about Basuma. Can I just stop you?
No, yeah, no. I'm still talking about Aris, bro. What I mean is, just in general, like the fact that there's players out there that we should be signing, that the fan base have all identified and said would fit the system, which they would, and the club aren't even looking at them, bro. Like what? It's not like Max Aarons isn't achievable. The guy's at Norwich. Norwich. Surely we can attract that guy. Like
this report's going to piss some people off, but apparently Manchester United, Arsenal, and Liverpool are all in a battle for Brighton star Bissouma, according to the Sun. The Metro. My apology. The Metro say that any of those three clubs could get the signature of Bissouma in January. It could be interesting. What do you think about that?
Well, what do you expect? You know, I'm saying he's been twerking for us for the whole and flipping summer, and because we rewarded Granit Xhaka with a new contract, what do we do? Listen, like I was saying, we should have got rid of Granit Xhaka. We could have bought in Bissouma, have something different in the midfield. What do we have? The same slow sideways passing man who want to jump in 2-foot tackles, get a yellow card, red card, and then once the chat shit by he does his talking on the pitch. Like, Arsenal, get over yourself, man. Part ways with this guy. If he goes to another club, then that's, it's on Arsenal. Like Gun Express was saying, he was someone that we could have got. We went to Brighton, and unfortunately, we got the wrong person. I'm sorry to say, we got the wrong person. Why would you fork out 50 million on Ben White where you got Bissouma and just bring back Saliba? This is what I'm saying. I don't understand the board's logic. Like Project Rebuild Youth or whatever. Bissouma's still young. Bissouma don't even lick 25 yet, and yet it is what it is. So if he goes to somewhere else, that'll be a good career move for him. Obviously, you are going to express the whole fans want to see him at Arsenal, but unfortunately, they don't see it that way. They think his profile is the same as Thomas Partey, which I'm baffled to see how, but it is what it is.
Okay, and just before we go, Gun Express, did you see what Gary Neville said about Arsenal?
Yeah.
Thoughts on Gary Neville's comments? Guys, let me tell you what Gary Neville says. Gary Neville has said, I've been a little bit unimpressed with Arsenal's transfer strategy. Mikel Arteta and Edu this summer. Gary Neville reveals that 6 additions it will not instantly improve the struggling Arsenal, and they calls the Gunners' moves to not get senior players into the squad debatable. And there is no signing I look at and I think they excite me. But they do have a group that they need coming through quickly, form a team. Sometimes you need to sign and bring in players that are senior players that look and think that they can help the team in the short term and in the long term. What they are getting form. No, he's talking about their form being Arsenal's form being terrible, and they are starting to work together on the pitch and off the pitch. I'm worried that they won't be able to beat certain teams, and they're winning. I'm worried about them winning. And what did he say? It's very easy to beat. It's very easy to beat Arsenal this season, and it's not looking good with those traits. So it's making it, he's talking a lot of bullshit. He didn't really get the point.
I disagree. I think he's talking facts.
sense. He's talking sense, brother. I'm sorry to say, but he's right. We are beatable this season. Like I said, I put out a tweet in regards to how I would have spent the money. One guy tried to reply to me. I want to see how. I gave him a list in regards to who we got. Keep, Ryan or Anana, Lamptey or Max Aarons, Bissouma or Neves, Maddison. Then you can call that team that it improves the starting 11. Like I said, we got Ben White and backups. We ain't improved this starting 11. This starting 11 is the same team who finished 8th twice. Okay, yes, we've apparently the foundation in regards to if someone gets injured, but yeah, we still got deadwood players who are still here. So it doesn't matter. We haven't. Listen, if I saw Gary Neville, I'll open a bottle of champagne with him and sip to him what he said because it's true. And I'm not even taking the piss. That's the harsh reality. These pundits know what they're talking about. It is what it is in regards to Arsenal. We are beatable this season. That's why I said I can't going forward. We're going to be fighting relegation battle, bro. We're going to have a couple of good results, but the damage is already done. These signings are not signings to say, yeah, We're going to challenge for the top 4. These are signs to say, yeah, we're a mid-table club. This is where we're at. It's true what he says. I can't fault him what he says.
The only thing I disagree with Neville is when he says that we don't have a strategy, because we do have a transfer strategy, but it's the fact that I don't agree with it, and it's the Project Youth thing. And I think he kind of is like, I think he cocked up what he was saying, because he mentions it. We need senior players. Every single player we sign is under 23 years old, right? So that's implementing 6 players who are under 23. None of them have experience at a top level, right? So being able to implement that anyway is going to be difficult. You then got the addition of COVID and stuff like that with Ben White, whatever else, which is going to make it even more difficult. And at the end of the day, it was stupid. The strategy was stupid to loan out people like Saliba, Mavropanos, Guendouzi, all these type of players who, yes, they might not be, much better than what we signed. They can fit those roles, and what you can do is sign experienced players. The reason why I keep saying I want Guendouzi back isn't because I want him to start every single game and I think he's better than like Maradona. It's the fact that I would rather him sit on the bench with Lokonga than Elneny, and that then means you can go and get a Basuma. Same thing with Saliba. I don't think I think Saliba could have started games for Arsenal, but it's a matter of the fact that if you bring Saliba in, you don't then have to spend 50 million on Ben White, which means you can put that money towards someone else, like a right back, like a midfielder, like an attacking midfielder. Odegaard, I don't think he's good enough anyway, but that's 30 million down the drain if he comes out not good enough. Like, we're taking a massive risk with these players. Like Anthony said, that England core that we had with Wenger, it flopped. And it's the same thing with this. It could flop. It could very easily flop. It's just a risk, bro. You go and get senior players who have proved that they're at the top level, that they can do their job, and then you can start trying to win things. Because like people keep saying we have to be patient. We have to wait another 3 to 4 years for Project Youth to bang. We've been waiting 15 years.
You know what I'm saying?
So what I have to now wait 18 years. Like, bro, it's a piss take, man. It's a piss take.
Yeah,
bro. Like,
the
thing that I agree with is that we are beatable. That is facts. We've lost 3 games out of 3, so he's right. We are beatable. You can't disagree with that. But yeah, go on.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I have to go. Unfortunately, I have to go. This is it for today's video, but I will be back tomorrow. Anthony, bring your 1 rating. Good Express, bring your 2, 3 rating. We're gonna be back tomorrow, 9 o'clock. We're gonna do a match. We're gonna do a window review episode with Aslan, Guna Express, Anthony. We're gonna have a show on. We're gonna have everybody, all the people coming through. We're gonna do 1 hour or 2 hour review, and we're just gonna go through every single transfer and talk about what we rate the window out of 10, ingoings and outgoings. Okay, so see you guys then tomorrow. Thank you guys for coming on today, and thanks everybody for watching. We've had over 5,000 people come in and out throughout the stream. Appreciate everybody watching, and have yourselves a wonderful day. And you know what? I won't be doing as many streams, but I just want to say a shout out to every single one of you guys watching throughout the whole transfer window. It's been very, very entertaining, and the support throughout the whole transfer window has been amazing. I appreciate all you guys. Right now, there's over 170 of you guys in the chat. Do me a favor, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're already new. And I'm sorry that I can't get to every single comment, but I'll try to read out as much comments as I can. Cheers, Cole. Big up, best in the world, and have yourselves a great day. I see you 000 and George and everybody else, but have yourselves a good one, guys. I'm out of here. Peace. Oh, where's the outro? Let me get that outro ready for you guys. And yo, thanks Anthony and Good Express for coming on.
Cheers, man.
Anytime, bro.
What's going on, everybody? I need you guys to go check out my channel and subscribe if you're new. And don't forget to subscribe, hit that button, and hit that notification.